Hope you are recording. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I start recording. Yes.
Okay, sir. So with the permission of Professor P.Hewagamage and his team members, and also Deshan Somaratna, our computer instructor and also the in charge of the computer unit, I would like to welcome you all participants, undergraduate students, for this awareness sessions. This awareness sessions on the newly added features to our virtual learning environment. Actually, I want to tell us that this workshop or the awareness sessions comes to you from a head faculty development grant. I hope everybody knows about this faculty development grant worth of 120 million rupees, right? It has 6 activities, and activity number 6 comes to you actually to improve that online teaching, learning, and assessment. Right. Under this activity, we have purchased one new server to the Faculty of Agriculture, and now it has been configured by Professor P.Hewagamage and his team. And at the same time, under this activity, we have formulated a new LMS, new virtual learning environment with updated features. So Professor P.Hewagamage is the consultant, and his team has worked on that and finished the formulating of that newly added featured LMS. Right. So far, they have conducted 4 workshops for the staff, and this workshop is for you. Actually, I would like to, invite you to interact with Professor P.Hewagamage and learn the new features, and also you can refresh your mind on how to use LMS in your learning activities and also examinations, right? So Professor P.Hewagamage is actually a professor in computer science in Prestige University, University of Colombo. Right, and he's one of the experts in this field of virtual learning environment, and he's also one asset to our country. So please sir, please, Professor P.Hewagamage, over to you, so you can conduct the session. We have now 210 participants. Right, so we'll start, sir. Right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abesinger. Thank you for the kind introduction and the invitation. Very happy to do this activity during the last more than 7 years, helping the faculty to establish the virtual learning environment. So I think the LMS is the backbone behind this virtual learning environment, and the online learning, teaching and assessment has become the lifeline of the higher education these days. Otherwise, we all will be in a kind of a very big problem, as you know, due to the pandemic situation. We all have to do the work in a kind of a restricted environment. In such a context, we have to consider online learning, online teaching, online assessments, those activities to continue our academic programs until things comes back to the normal situation. I hope in the near future things will come back to the normal position, but that in the near future also we may have to do our activities in a different way, in a what we call under the new normal condition. The new normal will not be the same like the previous time. Therefore, we may not be able to come all days to the universities. Sometimes we may study and do the activities remotely. And therefore, online environment is a key thing for the whole faculty, both the students and the staff. Especially, I will say the students, because they are the most important group in the university, and their education we need to continue and maintain irrespective of these kind of pandemic situation and the other problem. And as soon as possible, everyone wants to complete their education and graduate in such a situation without further delaying. we need to continue. In this context and circumstances, online education has become a very important requirement, a mandatory requirement, I would say, in the current context. So let me, I think you may have already seen the courses, the messages which I have sent you. So hope you can see the screen. Am I correct? Deshani or Dr. Abhisinga? Yeah, okay. So this is the course which I developed for today's awareness workshop. And if you have an access to the account, the LMS, you will be able to access. I will explain the details little by little. Let me first start with my small presentation. So that's easier. Let's go. Yeah. So, so today is I'm going to introduce some of the features, new features, not only the new features, common features, which are very useful as for the students when they use the LMS or VLE. I will explain what is LMS and what VLE. So this is a kind of an awareness workshop, and I hope and I want all of you to try these features in the model demo course which I have developed for the program. And I'm recording the whole session, therefore anyone can watch it again, as well as those who missed this opportunity can watch again. At the same time, later I will share the link for the video on through the course page. Yeah. So I will mainly cover the basic introduction about the LMS VLE, then few words about the online learning and the VLE, and then what do you mean by the blended learning that you may have heard, but I will explain a little bit. Then I want all of you to start using the VLE. I felt several number of people, I think more than 150 people have accessed the course now. So that's a good thing. So you are using the LMS effective for your academic activities, and my main objective is to help you to improve your active participation, active use of the VLE for your academic activities. I will mainly discuss about these things, the resources, discussion forums, assignment, quizzes, online exams, choices and feedback as a part of this program. So within the next 1.5 hours to the 2 hours period of time. And at the same time, if you have any question, you don't want it to wait for the until the end, you can put it into the chat box, and time to time I will check that one and will try to answer the question, or otherwise just raise your hand. Then I will invite you to ask the question. I'm happy to answer those questions, because the interaction, as Dr. Abhisinga mentioned, is a very important thing to learn how to use, and it is one of the key things in the education. Let me first briefly explain some of the keywords. Okay, what do you mean by LMS? What we mean by VLE? LMS stands for what is known as a learning management system. So the first three words of these first three letters of the three words, LMS is defined. So this is a kind of a computer-based systems, what we call a kind of a software. Okay, there are lots of software for learning management systems, and using this this software, people create a system for an organization, and we usually refer that system as an LMS. Okay, then virtual learning environment, or VLE, it's again first three letters of these three words, and it is something more than technical thing. When I say environment and systems, as you know, they are different. Environment describes a bigger thing. what is around the people. Sometimes it's not the technical things, even the people who are in the systems, and maybe not only one systems, maybe connected systems. Okay, so most probably this VLE has become a common term, but still some people use both these LMS, VLE, both words, both terms for the same, to refer the same thing. And the difference, if I say, the difference is LMS is a software, and that software we use to develop the environment, the VLE. So the backbone, as I said, is the learning management system. The VLE is the environment that was built based on that software. But if the question, what is the web-based online system? What is the LMS? What is the VLE? It's basically web-based online system to manage courses in the faculty. When I say web-based, it means someone can access through the internet, someone can access a website. As you all know, I guess, when you go for the internet, you can type your URL of a particular address, and then you can access it. Web page, maybe in some information site, maybe in a newspaper, maybe a news portal, like that. So learning management system, it's a system that's in a kind of special computers we call servers, but anyone can access from anywhere if it is properly set up using the online framework. So that's why we call the web-based online system. And the main purpose of it is to manage the courses. Now, as you know, in the academic programs which you are following, so all the courses are organized with respect to the semesters, and every academic year has 2 semesters, and the end of the semester you have exams, and there are maybe several courses. Some are compulsory, some are optional, some are complementary. There may be not compulsory, but if you like, you can do it. There may be courses like that, what we call enhancement type of courses. So different types of courses are offered in the faculty, and depending on your level, you can register them and you can follow. And within the courses, there are lots of material available, resources available. Students are supposed to do some activities, they have to do assignments, and they have to follow the notes. And those things are very, very important. And LMS, or the VLE's main objective, is to facilitate the teachers and the students to access the resources of the courses, as well as develop a communication structure among all the people. Okay. So the communication structure among the teachers and students, as well as among the students. So this is a kind of a social network. When I say the word social network, some of you may know, but when I say Facebook, Facebook is a kind of a social network. So VLE or LMS is a social network for the educational activities in your faculty. So there may be lots of facilities which allows you to interact and access with the at the same time participate activities. So it's in a kind of a small, interesting, fun level environment if you access it. Okay, so if the faculty, the agriculture faculty of the Rajarata University is using the LMS during more than 5 years, during the last 5 years. I mean, it was started around 2015, if I remember, maybe before that. Yes, 14, 15. And now that's during the last 4 or 5 years. That's the first time we established. So the academic staff in the faculty knows about lots of things about how to use that one effectively, and they were using that one during the last few years. And however, due to the development, there are lots of new features available now, learning management system. As Dr. Abesinghe mentioned, we decided to set up a new virtual learning environment with new features, because it will definitely help all the students where they can access their courses. For example, the current version of this, the VLE or LMS, you can access through your mobile phone if you have it. smartphone, you can download what is known as a Moodle app. Okay, if you go to the Google Play, you can try and download the Moodle app and you can install it. And once you install it, you can log in using your username and password, and you can access the course pages, the relevant course pages as you like. So the advantage is like even when you don't have an internet access, you can access some of the facilities and the features in the VLE. So this URL is very, very important. So if you type this URL, you will be taken to the new system. But when you go there, you will have to type your username and the password. That is something like the gate pass to enter into the VLE. So everyone should, I hope all the participants here know their username and also the password. Password is a secret word for the individuals, so don't give it to others. So, and because if others got to know your username, username and the password, they can go representing you, and that's not a good practice, because someone can do lots of bad thing also. Therefore, keep it very personal thing. So don't share your password. Better not to give it other people to access the your username and password. And if someone is accessing another person's username and password, it is also an illegal activity. So if someone shared their username and password with another person, it is an illegal activity. At the same time, if someone uses another person's username and password, it will also considered as an illegal activity. So don't do the illegal activities, because disciplinary action can be taken by the authorities in such a situation. Especially it will be considered as a bad practice, malpractice of an academic activities. So this username and password is in a kind of it's something like you can say username is your identity card. The password is something like a key. So you need identity card to show others that you are authorized to enter, but you need a key to open your room door or some other place. Therefore, you can consider them as those two things, and we call it as a credential to access the system. At the same time, when you have completed your work, there is a very important that you have to log out from the system, because otherwise, if you don't log out, someone can access your system, especially if you are using a public computer or if you are using the computer in your lab. Please make sure to log out from the system once you have completed your task. So if it is in a personal computer, most probably you don't mind, but that's okay. But good practice is always, once you use it, better to log out. So keep those things in your mind whenever you are using the LMS. Yeah. So then let me go to the other thing. So you remember the URL. So once you type the URL, you will get to know this is the place where you want. So let me show you the thing. Yeah. So this is the URL. I hope that you can see. If I go here to the beginning. Yeah. So once you type the URL, you will. I will switch off the camera for the time being, because that will help to reduce the bandwidth, because I see a large number of students are now accessing the LMS. For later, I can come back. So it reduced more than 200 people, the bandwidth consumption. Yeah. So as you can see, when you type the URL, so this is the URL. So then it will take to this place, and this is where you really need the username and password. So if I log out, you will see some interface like that. And then in order to log in, you have to type your username. Since this is my own computer, I have saved my username and password, and anytime I can quickly log in. And so you can see once you come, this is we call the starting page. And I hope all the participants have their username and password. And if you have any problem, you need to contact Ms. Deshani, who is in charge of the computer unit of the faculty, and she will help you. Then depending on your rights, you can access the different courses. Now I have two courses, one course called B-Learning, other called Orientation. So if I click, I mean from this side, Orientation one, so I can quickly jump into the my course page. So let me go to my slide set. So I wanted to say that once you have it, you have to log in like that. And this slide set is already available in the course page, which you can download. If you didn't see that, let me show you that one. Yeah, so workshop slides, you can see this one. If you click this workshop slides, you can download all the slides of what I'm doing for the today's workshop, and you can keep it at any time. You can download, and all these instructions are there. Therefore, I hope it would be very easy for you to refer them at a later time. Yeah. Then yes, so press login button. So those are my instruction. Then in case if you forget the username at a later time, I mean, this is a kind of a common problem. Lots of people forget their password and then they don't know how to log in. There are different ways to do. The best ways you can try clicking the link called the forgotten your username or password. There you can type your email address or the username if you can remember. Then if the system, if your email address is configured correctly in the LMS VLE, you will get an email notification to your email account, and from through the instructions, if you follow it, you can reset your password, not the username. Okay. However, sometimes due to some technical problems, this may not work. In such a situation, you will have to contact Ms. Deshani by sending an email with your details, or you have to meet her when she is available. And so this is the kind of an activity, the way how you can reset. Then if it is the first time, sometimes you may remember when you logged into the system, you will be asked to change your password. So where you will have to type the new password. So how do you type your new password? The passwords are very, very important. So always there are some guidelines for students, for everyone to create a password. For example, let me go to the here. As you can see, if you wanted to change the password, you can change it, but you have to know about your previous password. But remember to give password kind of an 8 characters. So there is a mechanism called comes under the here. If you click it, you can see the preferences. From the preferences, if you come to this page, there is a place called change password. If you click this one, you can, if you know the previous password, you can anytime change this one. Here is the guideline for the password. The password must have at least 8 characters, at least 1 digits, at least 1 lowercase letters, 1 uppercase letters, and 1 non-alphanumeric character such as star, underscore, hash. So those kind of characters you can take it. Remember that is those things are very, very important. And then you can create your own word. My suggestion, use your single or Tamil word. with at some kind of a number which you remember, but keep it simple, as simple for you to remember it, but difficult for others to guess it. Because if others get to know your password, they can do a lot of good and bad things. Most of the time, they may do bad things. Therefore, don't create a simple password, something like a 1, 2, 3. Okay, ABC. Sometimes people create a password like that. Those passwords can easily guessed, and also there are some mechanisms without guessing. Other external people can hack your password. That means they can find out your password. Okay, and by using some computer-based programs, therefore it's a very, very important to have a what we call a strong password. Strong password, where you will have to provide the kind of a word as according to the instruction given here. So that is important thing all of you should know. You can change the password at any time. If you have a very simple password, please consider changing it, but don't make it into a password where you can't remember, or write it in some place if you find it very difficult, or if you are forgetting. That's another thing people do it, not in the same computer, but maybe in some other place. At the same time, the password should be changed from time to time. This is also a good practice. So if someone wants to keep the password forever, that is not a safe way to do things. Because when we go and start, especially if you go to some other computers, public, I mean shared computers, or some other places, whenever you type your password, remember there are ways others can capture your password and can do some bad things. So good practice, I will suggest at least 3 months, okay, change the password. So that is one important thing, changing the password. And at the same time, I know some people don't like to keep different passwords for different systems. They keep the same password for the Facebook, they keep the same password for the LMS or VLE or even the email, all the things, one password for all. That's again very, very dangerous thing. Because if you lose one thing, you are going to lose the control of all these things. Try to keep different passwords, and again, then you need to have some mechanisms to manage your own passwords. Okay, so that's the basic things I just wanted to mention, because it's a very important thing. Why I say it's a very important, the main reason, sometimes some bad guys, okay, what we call known as hackers, sometimes they can crack the password of some legal person and get into the system and can do some bad things. But remember, then the identity cannot be traced, the real bad person, because he is using another person's identity. So the protection is very important. Therefore, the first step for the protection, how do you protect your online environment? You put a good password. So that's what I wanted to say, first time login and all other thing. And then I like to say a few things, I mean, to update all of you. This word online learning, I think it's not a new thing, and also ICT-based education, both comes hand in hand. Learning through the internet, we usually refer as to online learning, but it's not the real definition. Okay, I don't want to go to the real definition, but just for as beginners, you can keep it learning through the internet as a way to practice the online learning. ICT tools, or basically the computer tools, could be used to enhance the educational activities. I mean, when I say ICT tools, they're not only the tools that run on a computer, even on a mobile phone. Now, smartphones are kind of computing devices which can connect to a computer and a system. Even you can access VLE. Therefore, they become kind of a tool that we require in today's context to engage with the educational activities. So these things is creating a new culture, new approach for the education. As you know, the pandemic situation, we are all not coming to the university. Many days we are at home. Even the teachers are not all the teachers are coming. People are taking some exams from the home, and good and bad both comes together whenever we do things. But however, this is a new culture. So this culture will remain not as the way that we practice today. Things may change in a few days. There may be new things will happen. So an approach for teaching and learning that utilizes the internet technologies to communicate and collaborate in an educational context. So you can simply consider that is in a way of describing this new culture, a small, brief introduction. When I go to the other, something more, VLE, virtual learning environment, facilitates the online learning in the faculty. So online learning, it's where the people engage with the educational. So VLE, the virtual learning environment, has a lots of facilities for the online learning that provides as you can go on. And this will create an effective and a wide-reaching instructional offerings. And as you can see, it's not only in a one way of telling something. I mean, sometimes people just do the lecture by using the slides as I do right now. There are different ways people can communicate with the others, and the same message could be communicated with the other people in a different way, and people will understand those things more easily. Simple example, some people like to read, some people like to listen, some people like to watch, and some people don't like to read a long text. They like to read in a very short thing. They will be happy. So there are different styles, and those styles could be mixed together to provide a better learning experience, we call it. VLE brings learners interest in online learning. I mean, if you really wanted to promote even the learning, the interest is very, very important. I mean, if the interest is poor, people don't learn. So that's the kind of in a way, if you really promote, then the virtual learning environment become the nutshell, we call it a hub to promote different online learning experience among the students and the staff. Most of the VLE are web-based to facilitate anytime, anywhere access to the learning process. So it's a very interesting, even during the mid-time, even the off days. I mean, for example, in my faculty, we were using the virtual learning environment, LMS, for the last 18, more than 15 years, if I say. Then I can see when sometimes if I logged in the later night, I can see some students are online. So sometimes we started calling, campus is not closed. 24 hours it's open. And even the midnight, people are accessing the courses and they are following activities. And these days, sometimes people have lectures even after 6 o'clock. Therefore, meetings, evaluation, exams, testing. So it becomes any time today. So it's an earlier context culture. It's from 5 to 8. After 8 o'clock, after 5 o'clock, everything is closed. Now, there is no opening as well as there is no closing. And there is no weekends, and there is no weekdays and no holidays. So all the days are working. So the pandemic has created a real good environment for people to practice anytime, anywhere culture. But interesting thing, online learning is based on that one. VLE is the kind of a foundation to create that online learning culture in that case. Coming to the some of the features, I just wanted to simply say this main thing is user authentication. I mean, in this system, everyone need to identify who I am. Now, when you logged in, you can see who I am. Otherwise, it's very difficult. So even if someone is coming to the faculty, he has to show the identity card. Without that, a person can't come. So in the LMS also, outsiders can't come. Only the authorized people, the people who are in the course are those who are authorized. So that's why we call the authenticate users. Course enrollment and tracking. I'll explain a little bit. Now, first year students who are here can access the relevant courses in the first year, maybe in the first semester. And the second years, they can access the second year courses, and the third year courses. And then the kind of a security is established. So therefore, for example, you can log in and you can't do some bad things for your, or you can do a bad or harmful thing for your friends, as well as you can't do something on behalf of your friend when you log in through your account. So some security is established. At the same time, you can interact with the others. Content management. I mean, there are lots of content teachers create, slides, videos, materials. Those things are properly could be organized and can provide assessment. Hope you know, assignments, maybe even the online exams are considered to a kind of an assessment that can be created. Resource management. So managing different resources, and there are lots of tools available to create a very nice content. That's what we talked about the teachers. You will see some of the examples. Assignments are what we call the take-home activities. I mean, we do it, homework, okay? The people do the homework, and you don't want to bring the printed report, you can submit your homework from home once you finish your homework, okay? So at the same time, it's a social network. I mean, you can discuss the problems with your friends through the system. And if you want to send a message to everyone in your course, that also can be done very easily. Therefore, it's the kind of the environment for better learning. So at the same time, just keep in mind that the whole system is developed using a software called Moodle. It's an open source. When I say open source, it's a free software. And worldwide, the most popular learning management system called the Moodle is used for this virtual learning environment of the faculty. And the Moodle stands for a kind of an acronym, okay? And when I say a VLE, it's not only the learning management system, it has a content, it has an integration with the other system. So if I take the real world example, if a particular village requires some water, probably the people may set up the pipeline system, okay? And that is the LMS. And then it doesn't work if the people don't pump the water. So the water is the content here. And third, it comes with the people want to start using that water for different purposes. Okay, maybe for the drinking, maybe for the agriculture. There may be some practices, rules, and management. There may be lots of activities. So when I say the water supply to a village, it created a new environment. Okay, but that new environment will have lots of other things. So you can imagine the same kind of a cultural thing when it comes for the education. Virtual learning environment create an environment for the education, where the teaching, learning, assessment, all these three things happens. And the backbone is in a kind of a software system, but the content is the critical. Content are provided by the respective teachers or lecturers. And then there are some kind of activities, programs that are made available for students to follow and complete those, not only accessing, complete those activities and complete the courses in order to progress in the academic program. So this is the environment is something like that. Can use the space to hold materials, communicate, collaborate to support learning. There are lots of ways. So you can save some of the files on the system. You can communicate with the others, with your friends, and collaborate, discuss the things, and sometimes you can create collaboratively do some assignments. Okay, there are group work you can do it, individual work you can do it. So remember, all these facilities are possible here. Just for the information, I mean, this is the URL, but before we set up the new learning management system, there was another LMS in the last few years. and I have included, but this all LMS will be made it available because there are some past activities, but now onwards, all the new activities happens through the new learning management system. Therefore, always use the first one, lmsagri.rjt.ac.lk. That is the link for how to do that one. So I'll move forward, and so this is the front page as I explained to you. Once you commit, you can see the things, and let me show you the some of the features. I'll go directly to the website, okay, not the LMS main page. So this is the whole page. When you log into the system, you know that this is the title. There you can see the logo of the faculty, and then I mean that this is my site has a quite different. Let me show the normal. I have a testing account. Yeah. So then it's better. You can see this testing account. So I use a testing teacher. It's like in a normal student user. So when the person is here, as you can see, let's go to the first page. Okay. Okay. This is the one. So first one, you can see something called the site announcement. So this is, I hope you may familiar every time. Now this is Ms. Deshani has posted a message on the Monday 7th at February, and the time is also indicated about this workshop. Okay, and then you can see all the messages posted. So that is in all the site announcements. From time to time she may put it, but the most important thing in your profile, if you have put your email correctly, you should get definitely an email message to our email account. So this creates an important requirement that you have to check your emails at a regular time point. Okay, at least in the everyday morning, maybe evening, or at least 3 times a day. So check your emails. Sometimes people have email accounts, but they don't check the emails. But remember, if you really wanted to engage the online learning activities, it's important to engage with the learning activities like that. So site announcement, whenever there is a post in the site announcement, you will receive an email message, not immediately, maybe it will take a half an hour. But anytime if you come to the page, you will be able to see those things. Another thing, even without logging into the system, people can see these site announcements. That's some sort of a thing, but anyway, they can't go more details into that one. Then you should be able to see in a small area called main menu, which has the site announcement link, University Library, Faculty of Agriculture. If I click the site announcements, you will see all the site announcements posted by the respective. Usually Ms. Deshani has done the posting, and these things are updated here. Okay, and then navigation is another small area where people can quickly jump into the different things. So if you have registered, if you are following some courses, if you are already registered into courses, they will be listed under the My Courses. And the site pages, if you click this one, you can get those things. So the different information, different pages you can browse. And dashboard is a customized kind of a page where you can see like this. Okay, and the interesting thing, if you go there, this page also can customize, or you can organize the things in a way you want by clicking this customize page link, and you can move the different things. You can add new blocks if you have a time, and you can see in a small calendar depending on the assignments and other things you can see. And the interesting things you can see here, the number of people who are logged in to the system and who are available right now. So you can see those people who are active online users. So anytime when you come to this page, you will be able to see the online users who are accessing the system. And that's because it's a kind of a social network, and we know who are our friends who are using the system at the time. So later you can try use this page and modify, and you can organize in a way where you can access your information quickly. So that is the main purpose of this dashboard. So the dashboard is a customizable thing where you can modify to facilitate for you to access the different things. Then if I go back to the main thing, so if I wanted to show more, if you browse, scroll down, you will see at a one place called courses. So the courses area, you will see all the courses available right now. Okay. So in the undergraduate program, staff development. So the staff development I can, I mean, if I click this one, it listed all the courses, but if I click the other one, I can see the relevant one. So the semester 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and anything with respect to these degree programs also have created some categories: staff development, library, and postgraduates, examination. But important thing here, now remember that you can't access all the courses even though they are listed. It depends on your enrollment. If you are not enrolled, you can't access. So just keep it in mind that thing. Yeah, so these are the things which I explained to you, though those facts are here. This is the dashboard which I mentioned to you, and site news thing and the courses. Then I move into the how you can actually, you need to update your profile. So how do you update your profile? It's again easier way to do that one. Let me show. And important one, if your name is appears, if once you logged in, your name appears on the top left corner, and there, if you click your name, this link, you will see the some of your possible things. Among them, you select the profile. So once you select the profile, it takes into this page where you can show, I mean, you can see your email address, country, city, and the courses for which you have registered. And there are some different things, and browse sessions and the grade overview, the reports which you can download, and last time you have access, and also the last access to the site, first access. So from the 30th October, so I was using that one for more than 100 days now. So in my history, even right now, I am accessing that details is listed here. So it's same if you come to here, and this will be very useful if you, as I mentioned you earlier, if you like to use a mobile app to access the site. Yes, now this feature is available. You can even click this one. You can see there is a QR code. You can scan this QR code, and from your mobile, if you have it, and then you can easily download and then install it and access your courses even offline. So I suggest those who really like, they can try out this one. Yeah, so other things which I wanted to mention, let me jump quickly. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask them. No problem. Yeah. Then, okay. Edit your profile. So the editing profile is an important thing which you can do it by clicking the edit profile link if you are in the profile page. So you can see some of the basic things which you have to do it. Let me show you some of them. So you can change, you will not be able to change your first name and the surnames. Okay. Don't try to do it because that will be blocked. And email address you can change. Then probably these details you can modify. And I suggest you to put in a small picture to make it update. And you can see the additional names. Okay. If you really wanted to identify yourself, if you are interested, you can. It is not compulsory. Interest, you can say what are your interests, just because it's a social network. And if you like, not compulsory. Okay, I just say you can share some of your contact details. But remember, when you put your contact details, all others can see them. And my suggestion, other feeds are also here. So these things you cannot do it. And once you do all the editing, you can press the update profile. So the table will be updated based on, I mean, the profile will be updated based on it. So I'll cancel it and go back. And that's the kind of the thing, situation. So, yeah. So updating the one, okay. Forum preferences. So the things could be updated in a different ways. So if you come with the preferences, you can change that one. For example, when I come to go to the forums, I'll take about these preferences, how it works. Log out of the VLE is a very, very important one. Now here, if you click this one, you will see there is a profile as well as a preferences. I mean, you can change your preferences. If you click this one, you will see this one, edit profile, change password. That's what I explained to you earlier. Preferred language right now only English, but it's possible we can change to Sinhala and Tamil, and people can select the relevant languages. Forum preferences, editor preferences, course preferences. These preferences you can use to customize a way how you interact with the VLE. Then moving to the other things, yes. Courses and the course pages. Okay, so I'll move to the next one. If someone has a question, you can ask it, or you can type if you have a question. Okay, I don't mind if someone asks the question in Sinhala. I'm happy to answer it. So if you have other question, you can put it on the textbook chat box. Okay, I'll move to the other things, courses and the course pages. I'll do quickly a little bit because we have a little bit more things to be covered during the workshop. So we'll give you an overall idea. So you have to try those things. So the course page, it's easy if I go to my site and explain to you. I'll move to the orientation course. Hope all of you are here. So in the orientation course, as you can see, you are a student. Okay, teachers may see these courses in a different way, but as a student, you will see the interface similar to what appears on the screen now. There is small label and brief introduction and about the teacher. That's me, and then you can see course title, and there is the kind of location of the course. Then in order to navigate, you can see under the orientation, there are several things available. If you click this participant link, you can see who are following this course. Right now, there is 167 participants for the course, and it's really nice to see all the people. If I click this one, I can see all the people. And thank you. Some people even have updated their profile. Okay, really appreciate. And yeah, you can see. Thank you, Abekon. So he has updated. So these are his courses, his roles, and the last access. Those things are here. And then probably the other people. They are the details, common details, and you can customize some of the things as they like it, like this, and there are courses, those things visible, but only you can also restrict the way how others access your the details on the site. So I usually encourage people to upload small picture, because especially that's creating a very good social environment within the faculty through the LMS. Yeah, so if I go back now again to the course orientation, okay, participants, who are the others, if you can find out. And then there is something called the news forum. This is like a site news where the people will see it. Kind of if there isn't any announcements. So far, no announcements. You can't make announcements. I am the only, as a teacher, I can make the announcement. So if I have already made an announcement, the people will be able to see this one here. And at the same time, you will get an email message, okay? And then you have this is the top part. There is I have already uploaded the slides of all the workshop material, which you can download and go through. And then the sections, see the first section, user profile and orientation, then the resources, discussion forums and the chats, different types of the assignments, quiz and online exams, and the choices and the feedback. So those are the main key things which is here on the course, and I'm going to discuss those things quickly. Therefore, you will get a rough idea how it works. So user profile and the participants, I have already explained, and there is a link for a small video which explain that one. If you want to see, you can do that one. So here in the course page, there is a section called the resources. So the resources, the usually teacher share these resources for the courses, and they may put some title, PDF, Excel, different types of files. You can download them and to watch them in without even internet connection. So even at any time you can download if you have access to them by clicking. Sometimes you can see it on the screen, or you can save it to your hard disk or the local computer. And also there is what is called the directory. Directories contains a collection of the related documents, and you can download all the content in the directory into your local machine, or one by one as you like. And the resource page is in a kind of a small page like this. Okay, the teacher will create, and you can even videos and the other material can put, and very lightweight things where the people can easily access. And then it comes with the website. I mean, the teacher can link. Teacher is the person who create these resources on the course page, and he can link with an external site, put the material, and then probably that will help the people to see them. For example, this is the Agriculture Ministry website. So things take sometimes a little bit more time to see how this works, but you can browse it or you can open it. Yeah, so it takes a time. So as you can see, the whole page is shown here. So I thought this will be useful since you are doing an agriculture degree. So a good website. So you can, like that, a teacher can link with the external resources for the references and as a teaching material. And then it comes with not only those kind of things, audio, video, pictures, all these things could be uploaded, like the way you can click it and see, resource pages, then the website of the agriculture and introduction to VLE. Some URLs will be there where you can go to the links and can access them, like that YouTube link, can do it and can open it by clicking them. So the resource collection, this kind of a resource, any course you may find this type of a lot of resources. Some of them you can download, some of them you will have to watch it online, but the links will be made it available. Therefore, teacher may add resources for every section, okay, as goes on in every course, and that will helpful. So you can anytime you can access, and that if necessary, teacher can hide them at a later. Therefore, it's a good thing if you have an access to, you can download and keep a local copy. You don't want to then spend resources on internet. Yeah, so that is the part on the resource thing. I hope things you already know about the resources. Therefore, in the course page, it is not very difficult. So the details are here. And at the same time, I just forgot to say something called the course enrollment. In order to access the courses, you need to have a course enrollment. As you can see, agree is the keyword which I have shared with you to access this one. So that may be an easier mechanism for teachers. They go and tell about the courses and the students can come later and join the courses. Or otherwise, the administrator can directly, they will directly enroll into the courses. Therefore, you don't want to enroll, you can go and access the course directly. Course page structure, as I explained, like this, and we are store, collaborate, communicate, evaluate. Those are the 4 things. I'm not going to say everything here, but these are some of the things which is made available under those things. So the course announcements, as I told you, and the other things like the course structure, you have usually we use the topic structure, but weekly structure is also possible. But here is the topic structure. And then the content areas, there will be 3 areas. Online users, if you want, you can see on the other side. And there are different components. Just for the understanding, you can see what are these components on the side, as well as the navigation bar. It's a quick way, easier way to jump into the different parts of the course without browsing the whole these things. You can quickly click the link, and then you directly go to the relevant page or section in the course page. Then yes, so there is for the communication, others in the course, you can send messages. I mean, this is something that if you really wanted to say something, ask something, or communicate to your teacher or the other person, you can do this one. You can click the participants, then you can see, and from the participants, you can click someone. If you want to send a message, you can click this message link. So it's then it's something like in a small chat box where you can send the message. If the other person is already there, he can also send you the message. Otherwise, the message will appear at a later stage. And you can, similar way, you can send the messages to the other people. And yeah, so orientation course, yes. Then it comes with the yeah, then resources. Yeah, that's, let me give them what are the other things that I wanted to cover under the resources. Yeah, sending the messages. Yeah, and like this, you can try out sending others some messages and receiving messages. If you don't like somebody disturbing you, you can block the messages, no problem. You have that right. And learning resources, as I explained you, there are different types of resources, file, folder, we call page, URL, book. So I have just briefly explained. Some of the features, details are in the slides, you can see. And even you can see the resources like that. Resource pages are like this external website, which I explained to you. So we move to the next one, is called the discussion forums and the chats. So let me show you how it works. Now, discussion is something we discuss with the other people. So teacher will create this one as an activity. And then the students are supposed to reply or discuss or give their messages. So there are different types of discussion forums. So I have created those things as a sample. So the first discussion forum is a standard form. No one has posted, but I like to, as a starting thing, just to practice, you can send. My first forum is this open forum. Suppose you are supposed to present agriculture issues in your hometown due to the fertilizer issues in the country. And if you want to say something, you can just click the add a new discussion topics, and you can say, subject, if I want to say many problems. And then you can say lots of farmers are facing problems. Oh, I'm not going to say the problem. I can say something like that. If I want to say, if I say post forum, and this becomes, this is my title, and the forum, the idea will be there. So someone else can come and reply to my message. And also, so others can also post the forums here. And you can see there is a message called within the 30 minutes, I can modify this one if I want. So the same thing comes here. All of you can try these forums, different forums. So the first one called the standard forum, and a Q&A forum is where the people can, this is a question and answer forum. In order to see the other responses, this question, you must first post your answer. Okay, so the teacher may post a question and you have to give your answer. So then you will see the other's answer. So it's a different type of a discussion where the teacher posts the question, student starts posting their answers. Once they post their answer, they will be able to see the other's answer. So that's a different design for the discussions. And then you have only one post per person. I mean, if you want to control as an activity and ask, only one can say something, only one thing, only one time. Okay, so not more than one. So kind of a control structure is there. Then block type standard forum. I mean, the block means it's actually the people have a flow. It's something like where you say something, the next person will start from the point where you stop it. And he will, from that point, he will say another thing and stop. And then the other person will start. So the discussion, it's something like this small competition, like where you stop something, then the next person is supposed to take over that position and continue. So the block type of a discussion looks like that. And then those are the kind of the 5 standard discussion forums. I would like to invite you to play with this one. Okay, this is the course for practice and see how others work. So very open. I mean, there is no restriction. You can say whatever the thing. And chat room is another one. Where click here to enter the chat room now. So hope, unfortunately, I'm the only person who is here. But if you join it, you can also join the chat room through the LMS VLE. So then the people can, just like in the Zoom chat, people can discuss and say something, the others will see. That is also could be practice as an activity. Yeah, so that's the main things I wanted to talk about the discussion forum. So try these things. The more details are given in the slide, so you can go through and find out different types, block format. And you can also search. I mean, when you have so many discussion, but if you are interested or if you want to find out whether someone has talked about the thing which I have in mind, you can search all forums. Okay, searching forums like that. So, okay, things like that you can get. And also don't try to copy the whole block of things to an idea during the discussion. That's really disturbing. Post to the forum, how do you do it? All these details are given. You can also attach some files to add some value for your discussion. Yeah. Post to a forum. Yes, chats is also there. Yes, so you have a discussion like that. Some you can use not only the words, even these icons for the communication. And well, when we communicate, very, very important thing, having a kind of a policy ourselves. Otherwise, people may go in the wrong way. So I put it, this is known as a communication netiquette. So a kind of the rule set, at the same time, good things where you have to practice. So netiquette is a word to describe do's and don'ts. Okay, there are things which you can do it. There are things which you can't do. You are not supposed to do it, because even in the real world, even in this online session, I can see the people are listening, but you need to behave in a proper way without disturbing other people. Those things are very, very important. So Netiquette is in a kind of a small guideline for you to follow those rules set. So the first rule, what is the first rule? Remember the human. So remember, others in the course are not some outsiders. They are your friends, who are your colleagues, who are batchmates, who are following the same course. So always you need to respect them. Okay. This respect, sometimes we don't have it in the outside. Remember, since we are as in a batch of the students in a particular study group, so always respect the others. Even you may not agree with the others, but always try to respect. Even when you are calling them in a decent way, try to call them where the other people, it will not disturb the other people. Adhere to the same standards of the online behavior that you follow in the real life. Yeah. So I think it's the something all of us know, same standards. Okay. Online world and the real world are not two different worlds, because it is the same people who appears on the both worlds. So remember that one. Know where you are in the cyberspace. Okay. Sometimes people think when we are online, we can do whatever the thing we want. Okay. But not like in a physical world. If you try to do whatever the thing you want, others will do the, even they could hit you back. But remember, if you do the bad thing, even in the cyber world or the online world, you will be punished. You will have to face lots of consequences. The most important thing, always try to do the things within the legal structure as well as in an ethical way without harming the other people. Respect other people's time and the bandwidth. For example, sometimes people put a lot of big images. Some people send emails within a very big attachment. So then it disturbs me and my email. So therefore, it's a very important that we need to communicate when we are communicating with the others, not to create a problem to the other party. Even if the email size is very big, the people will take a lot of time to download that one, and that costs their email. So do that one, whether this is okay. If you are sending in a message to the many large group, the best thing, you can share that image with the people through the links. So that's another mechanism which you can really identify. Make yourself look good online. Okay. So put your nice images and have some good description, whether you are online or face-to-face. Sometimes some people are very good online, but very bad in the real world, but not that way. I'm saying it's try to be good in the irrespective of the mode of interaction. Number 6 is a share expert knowledge. Okay. So even if you don't, even if I do the session here, if you ask a question, if I don't know the answer, I'm very happy to say that I don't know. I may try to find out more details and come back. That's what the real expert knowledge demonstrates, where you always need to share what you know in the best possible way and without misguiding other people. Help keep the flame wars under control. It is natural when we are together. Small idea, small word, one word is enough to create an unwanted problem. So therefore, those things being better to avoid. At the same time, when there are two people or some people having a kind of an unwanted interaction, you try to negotiate and try to settle them. As a respect people. So in the online world, we'll also have to do that same thing. Respect other people's privacy. That's very, very important. And don't download the other pictures and try to put it in somewhere else. Those things are really bad. And if you do that, if necessary, people can even catch them. Don't abuse your power. Okay. I know that don't try to share the even sending messages disturbing the others is an abuse of the power. So people can take the actions, but try to be polite always. Be forgiving of other people's mistakes. Okay. It's natural whenever you even type something. We may make mistakes knowingly or unknowingly. The most of the time the mistakes are something that happened without our knowledge. So they can make a mistake, I can make a mistake. So try to be in that direction. So those are some of the key things. If you have to keep it in mind, but don't send an attachment when it can put into a text in the body of the message. Okay. And don't use the all capitals. That's considered to be an speaking in loud, and or in the, if you are angry, sometimes people don't spam your colleagues. I mean, there are some people who are sending everything, every message they are forwarding to all the people, like in the Facebook. Whenever they see something, they start sharing, irrespective of they agree or not. That's not the way to do things. Okay, use fonts that are easy to read without disturbing the other people. So it's a small guideline. Just wanted to give you a rough idea what you are supposed to do when you are online, because technical knowledge, technical know-how is a very important. But if you don't know the ethical things what you are supposed to do, then you may go into a bad direction. Okay. So if there is any comment, any question, anything, I'm very happy to hear and answer. You can put those questions here. Okay. Then I'll talk to the other things about the assignments. Okay, what do you mean by the assignments? Okay, let's move and show you the course. Yes, the next section, different types of assignments. Assignments are the take-home exercises. So you may get some work which you have to develop the page and as an answer for the question, and you may have to submit in a document. So probably the teachers will create an assignment, and most of the time you will have to put some. Now I have created this assignment, and you can see this add submission button, and this has a deadline. Due date is Saturday 12th February 12 a.m. So that is the, before that you have to submit your answer. Otherwise you will fail to do it. And by clicking this add submission button, you will be able to see there you will get in a small area like that to upload the file. You can drag and drop to upload the file as an answer. So it will be saved as a way to do it. And also you really need to save it and submit your answer. So try this one as an, if you haven't done any assignments, or even doesn't matter. And I'm not going to mark your assignment, but I have created this one as an activity for you to try it and learn. Remember, important thing, deadlines are very important. You have to keep it in mind. Time remaining, what are the things? Then there are some other things, some assignments which people will have to do it. Now this assignment, very tricky one I created. If someone has not done the first assignment, now I can't click this one. So it says not available unless the activity file submission assignment is marked complete. So that means I have to submit something for this one. So I go to that submission. Okay, let me put something, some file. Okay. Okay, I'll put something here. Okay, it's there, and I'll do it. Okay, now I have submitted. Okay, I can't see the other submission already. Some of you may, but if I go to my teacher account, I can see the submission. So this is my teacher account. Let me go to my teacher account, orientation, and probably if I go here, okay, now this is the teacher. Okay, you can't see this one, so I can see the doc submission, grading. Yeah, submitted. Yeah, so as in a teacher accounts there, I can see the once it is completed, it's there. Now, once I upload the things, I have not yet submitted this one. You can see edit the submission, I can do it. Remove the submission, I can do it. And there is a button called submit assignment. So you can make these things. So when everything is completed, what I will have to do it, I'll have to do the submission. Otherwise, when the deadline reaches, it's automatically take. But if I have completed, so if I say submit assignments, it comes to there. This submission is my own work. You have to declare it, because plagiarism could be checked. Plagiarism means if you have copied the things from the other people, those things can be captured using some software tools available. Therefore, remember, you have to declare this is submission my own work, except where I have acknowledged. the use of the works of the other people. As are you sure you wanted to submit your workings? You will not be able to make any more changes. So everything is okay. Then I will click, I have to click this one. So declaring, I have to select this one and then I say continue. Then what will happen? Now submitted for grading. Now if I go to the teacher accounts and if I refresh it, I can see testing teacher has account has submitted an account. So like that, whenever you are submitted, the teacher can see all these files and they can mark and they can provide a feedback and which you can see. And that's how really the learning process takes place. Yeah. So that is the main thing. Now I did you remember that I did the assignment. Okay. Now you can see I can click the online assignment. Previously I couldn't because I didn't do the first assignment. Therefore, the teacher can create a series of assignments where they will have to complete one after the other in order to do the next one. So like that, activities must be completed. Okay. This assignment is different where teacher, you will have to type some text. Okay. It's not like an uploading and just put in the garbage here. And when I do all these things, if I say save changes, it goes here. See? Yeah. So anytime I can go back and edit, or even if I can remove it, I can do online text. It's called. So it's not an uploaded file. Going back, others, yes. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. Those are the assignments. So which I wanted to talk about. So if you go to the slide sets, I have talked about the details about all these things and the way how things appears, how do you submit, and some of the important information. So then I move to the other one called the quiz and MCQs. Quiz means kind of like a test paper. Okay, it's a powerful tool which contains in a test paper may have lots of different questions and give a valuable insight into student thinking if you are used to good strategies. And like this, probably you can see the quizzes. There may be questions. So I have created several quizzes for you to practice. The first one is a different types of the questions. Okay. Anytime you can attend the quiz. And when you attempt this quiz, you will get something like a flag like, then you go to here. This is known as a true and false type of a question where you can select only one thing. Okay, you can't select both true and false. And if I go to the next page, this is the where you type. And I can, this is what is called only one answer, single answer question. And I just say, okay. And some of the questions, okay, there are more than one answers can be selected, okay. And then choices, this type of is also available. I select these things randomly. And then when I go through, you can see the question which I have completed. If I want to jump this one, I can go back and do it. I can go to the one and I can change this one and save next page. Okay. I can jump back to the 7th and I can here again, it's a typing thing. I can do. And then there may be questions like that where the drag and drop work, okay, like this way. You can drag the things and complete the ones, okay, and then it goes. And then probably the questions like that. There may be questions where you have to suppose to give an audio answer. So if you get a question like that, if you press this start recording, so whenever whatever the things I say is recording, you can see the screen. It's I have a 30 seconds now. It's a 23, 22, 21, 20. So like that, I can speak 30 seconds when I finish it. I mean, suppose now I wanted to finish it at since 10 seconds. So I can press this one. Okay. If I click this again, so whenever whatever the things I say, it's recording. You can see the screen. It's I have 30 seconds now. So like that, you can listen to everything, and if everything is okay, so I say the finish button. So all these questions are there. So the quiz is finished. So if you press the submit all and finished, there will be a pop-up message like that, and it comes there. So then this is a practice type of thing where you can see the auto mark is done, and all the answers, correct answers is visible. You can see, and yourself and go through. So the teacher may give this one as an activity. Some are wrong, some are correct, some are needs in a manual marking. There may be activity completed. It's like that. So it's a one type of quiz. So I invite all of you to try the first quiz, different types of the questions. The second one is a little bit of a different. This quiz, you have only 2 minutes to answer 4 questions. Okay. So it's in a quiz. If I say the time limits are very, very important. Start, attempt. So when I say that, you can see on the top left corner, the time left is it's start. Time counter has started. It's going down, and if you already know, and you have to select some of the things. Arizona, California. You may type the things. Okay. I'll randomly select something, go to the next. So if I finished, it's again comes with like now, even if I don't finish it within the 2 minutes, it will automatically finish and will come to this page and it will be submitted. So the time bound quiz, the important things, you have to finish it within the time. Otherwise, yeah. So return to attempt, if I go, still I have 56 seconds. But suppose if I wanted to go back and try 2, I have control. Now you can see it in this quiz, navigation is not allowed. So when you answer the question, you can move forward only. So usually the online exams are set up in this mode where you control the things like that. So, but yeah, the last one you can go and come back, but not others. So finished attempt, it's there. And so it's a submit all and finish. So time left 20 seconds, but it's okay, it's done. And again, the answers are shown, but if teacher wants, he can control and he will not show the answers. That can be done. But I made it visible just for you to see the things. And there was another thing, what we call the online proctored exam. Not available. The activity is marked as completed. The quiz activity. So you need to complete, of course. If you click this one, if you complete, completing the activity can be done by clicking this one, okay? So that's if you really want, if you click this one, then you can go to this one. Proctored exams are quite different MCQ questions. So let's see how it works. If I click this proctored exams, it says, you can say in a pop-up message, this is trying to use the camera. You should have a webcam camera connected to your computer. Say, I allow, you have to allow it like this. And then there is the quiz open Sunday, 6th February. So already there, this quiz close on the March 6th, okay, or 1 month. So if I click this one, attend the quiz now, you can see my image appears, okay, the face image. So I have to agree with that one. And the quiz password will have to give it. I'll give it the 123 as my password. Okay, you can try. And then if I say start attempt, what is interesting things, you can see the picture, the video picture appears from time to time on the screen. And the first one is an audio recording. There is a question. So if I say, it says my name, P.Hewagamage, and I don't have an index number, and the registration number, address, identification, I live in Colombo, And those details I can say. If I say stop recording, that will be there. So I go to the next page. While I'm doing the test, remember the system captures my image and it is shown and it will be visible even for the teachers later. So it's a very difficult for people to do some bad things, and it's there and it's also comprised, and I can't go back now. When I do the question, it's gone. Okay. So there isn't this plugin is not supported. There isn't a small some sort of thing, but anyway, go to the, just forget about. There may be questions where you justify the answer to the above question. This is a harder question. You can give whatever the answer, then you have to say tag, of course, the P tag in the HTML is to mark the paragraph, not the bolding. So the previous one was really false. Okay, that's what we say. So if I say stop recording, so my justification is recorded. So the teacher will check this one, your justification and the answer when marking is done. Then there may be questions like things like that, and then say no, finished, and I can't go back. So still remember that if I do the question, it's going, and it's a randomized. I may get a different set of questions, and your friends will get a different set of questions, and it may come with a question bank. Therefore, it's not the same set of questions that you may get. So different things like that. Okay, I just try, and again there may be a small exam. So nothing to record, no justification. That's all. If I say finished attempt, everything is done. There's one thing, but which I have not done properly, but I can't go now. I have to submit, finished, and go. Okay. Yes, that's all in the 10 minutes. Okay, that is done and finished. But remember that I wanted to tell you, as a teacher account, I will show you what will has happened. If I go as a teacher account, where online proctored exams. So if I check the view proctoring, this is the exams which I did right now. Remember, with the quiz, all these photos are recorded. Therefore, the details, I mean, the teacher can validate whether it is the same person or not who has answered. So this kind of exams very soon will be introduced in the coming semester, since now the new systems has those features done. Even the online exams are practiced in our universities in this mode. Then if I go back once again to the other things, so those are the quiz which you can try out whenever if you have any time. So please do this one as in a practice things. And the last thing, before that, I just wanted to go for my slides and try it. Did I miss anything? So yes, quiz is something that I want to tell, and the randomized questions, review quiz, MCQs means, but these are the single answers, multiple answers, single answers thing. MCQ means what? General feedback, overall feedback you may get. Okay, and your course grades. Okay, you can anytime you can find the course grade, user report. Let me show that one. So you may do a lot of activities, but if I wanted to see the your grade book, here is what is called the interesting thing called the grade book. So you can click this grade book setup. When you select, you will get kind of sorry, I had to go through my student account. Okay. Yes. Yes, this is the student account. If I click this one on the teacher's account. So the student account, I may get in a report. These are the marks which is available for the different activities. So I have done, the teacher will have to check those things and have to complete. Then only I will see the mark actually, I mean the range. Is their course total goes from 0 to 100, average one. But still I haven't get it because the teacher will have to release the marks. So once I do it. So the grade book is in a place where you can see your performance when the teacher has completed marking and uploaded the answers. Then if I move to the other things, yes. What are the other things? Yes. Choices and feedback. Yes. Okay. The last section. Choices and the feedback. This is another thing now. For example, please try with us, and the teacher may create to get the different preferences. So your preference about the university education. So I like to know. So try physical only. Some people like to say, some people, I prefer the blended mode. Blended means half physical, half online. Okay, it may be different mix. There is nothing, both, but more physical activities. I prefer the blended, but more online activities. You can blend in a different ways. Okay, you can mix different ways. Online only mode, some people would say, no idea, I'm okay for any mode. There may be people. So if I want to get in a preference like that, someone may like, okay, I'll select that one and I'll say my choice. Okay, if I do, your choice has been saved due to the pandemic situation. Yeah, so only I'm the first person to answer. So I invite all of you, if you're on the course, on the course page, you can answer them. That is the way how teachers may use the preferences to get it in the course. Then also teachers may use what is called the feedback. Okay, and I want all of you to answer this. Given your feedback, I should not do it. But if I say answer the feedback, there may be questions like that. So which you can go through and provide the answers for these, your feelings with respect, and give some comment and submit your answers. And remember, mode is anonymous. That means I don't know your personal details. I'm not collecting your real name or other things. Anybody can select as they like it, their preferences. So will be a good feedback. So this is kind of another important activities that may comes in a course. So let me go through that one. Yes, student responses, courses, feedback, choices, people may select, use of a choices will be there, and feedback, questions, you can give it. And yes, that's all for the time being. And thank you very, very much for participating. So we have still how many students? Wow, good. 165 students still there. So really thanks to do the course. Any question, any comment, feedback, anything, you can put it on the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask. Singaling awat kamak na, no problem. I'm happy to answer in one of any language. Deshani, are you there?
Yes, I think the necessary things have been covered. If you have corrections, you can ask students. You can put a message to the chat box.
Oh, yeah. Otherwise, what we can do it, you can post your questions in the discussion forums, and also please provide the feedback and communicate with us. And video of this session I will share through the course page. Therefore, those who missed the session, as well as if you like it, you can go at any time, can watch that one. So thank you very much for participating.
Sir, can we get the recording, sir?
Yeah,
So
I'm sharing. I will upload into YouTube and will send you the link, Deshani. Okay.
Okay.
So then anybody, I will upload and will send you the link. Yeah.
If there are no any messages on behalf of the faculty, I wish to express my gratitude to Professor P.Hewagamage, Director, University of Colombo School of Computing. Also, he's the consultant of the activity on upgrading LMS Underhead project. So you are working with us and helping us since 2014, and it's a great privilege for us. So thank you very much, sir, for taking out time from your busy schedule for this event. And dear all students, thank you very much for your participation.
Okay, thank you very much, Deshani. So we'll finish the session now. Okay.
Okay, sir.